We had a couple of themes. One of the themes was this is the 13th year, as Mark mentioned, and the group overall, especially those who have participated for many years, were excited about some of the positive changes that have happened in workforce development over the last 13 years. And we want to thank both the Assembly and the Governor's Workforce Board and the Department of Labor and Training for all the progress that they've made. However, there are still areas that our group felt that we had to work on. And ours was also a very lively group. It's always very interesting, as you all know, when you get people with passion in a room, because it's like, okay, I want this done. It's like the old thing, dear God, give me patience and give it to me right now. And that was part of the challenge that we're seeing, is that there's a lot that's been done, but there's a lot that still has to be done. One of the things that was mentioned is that we have to do a much better job, and these are all probably more for the Governor's Workforce Board and the Department of Labor and Training than legislative challenges or ideals, is that as good of a job as the Governor's Workforce Board has done, we have to do a much better job in collaborating and communicating with community-based organizations to promote the potential employee services. That in fact, if we rely on our traditional sources, then we're missing a lot of audience. One example, for example, is do you work with someone like the United Way and their 211 system, where they get thousands of calls a month of people who have particular needs, whether it's for food or for clothing or heating assistance or whatever. But do you bring them in as a partner and say, hey, you know what? You ought to know about workforce training. I mean, this is another way perhaps that we can get the word out there. One of the other things that we talked about is that perhaps, and this would take a long time in some cases, is we hear a lot about soft skills and essential skills. And the thought was that perhaps we have to find a way to develop this as part of a curriculum in our schools. How do we teach the soft skills, or again, as my good friend Janet Raymond from the Providence Chamber of Commerce always says, how do we in fact promote the essential skills? The other thing that came out is that we have to identify and eliminate barriers to employment. And the group unanimously agreed that one of the biggest barriers for job seekers, particularly single moms, is access to affordable childcare. Because if I can't get to job training, then I'm just don't have the opportunity to participate and become a more productive person in the state of Rhode Island. There were like 42 other recommendations as well, but those were the major ones that we. So in essence, I guess what we're saying is that we're doing a good job, but we have to do a much better job, and we have to start looking a little bit more outside the box at who our potential partners are as we try to get to a place where all Rhode Islanders are earning a good and deserved wage. Thank you.